Jai Gurudev, thank you for joining us today, Patti. You have had quite an extraordinary journey with His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji. Could you share a bit about how it all began? Of course, it all started in the late 90s. I was deeply immersed in my career, but there was a restlessness inside me that I couldn't shake off. Then I attended a workshop with Gurudev, and it felt like coming home. I had implicit faith in him and had an ancient connection that I couldn't deny. By September of that year, I left my career and moved to the German ashram. It's been about 25 years since I went full time, and I'm still here, happier than ever. That's incredible, Patti. Over these 25 years, you must have had many profound spiritual experiences. Could you share some of those with us? Absolutely. Spiritual expansion comes in many forms, especially on the subtle path. Gurudev is a master of the subtle. I noticed that my perception, observation, and communication improved significantly over time. More grace seemed to flow into my life, making everything easier. Relationships improved, and I didn't hold on to negative emotions as long as I used to. One particular experience that stands out was in Texas. Gurudev called about 20 of us into a room. Without saying anything, he looked at us and made a simple gesture with his hand. My experience was akin to the magical expansion in Harry Potter. Suddenly, the entire room felt enormous. It was a profound feeling of expansion, and he could close it just as easily. It was fascinating. He mentioned that in the future teachings would be even more instantaneous, like a flick of the hand. That sounds like a transformative experience. Have there been other moments where you felt Gurudev's presence or guidance in a tangible way? Yes, many times. I often smelled incense during meditation or at moments when I prayed for a sign from Gurudev. One poignant experience involved my nephew's car accident. Just an hour before the accident, I had been in the car with him, quietly chanting for protection. Miraculously, he and his friend survived a terrible crash. When we returned home after visiting the accident site, the entire house was filled with the scent of incense. Though none had been lit, it was Gurudev's blessings, unmistakable and profound. That's truly remarkable. It seems like Gurudev's presence and guidance are ever present in your life. Have there been instances where you doubted and then saw something that reaffirmed your faith? Yes, indeed. Early on, I noticed that the sun always seemed to come out when we traveled with Gurudev from one town to another. I wasn't sure if it was just a coincidence, but one time in Colorado during a snowstorm, Gurudev insisted on traveling despite the weather. As soon as we arrived in Telluride, the sun came out. Even the locals were astonished. Gurudev knew I still had some doubts, so the next morning he looked up at the cloudy sky, made a gesture, and the sun appeared. When we entered the building, he said the clouds would cover the sun again, and they did. It was a clear message that his presence brings light quite literally. These experiences are truly magical, Patti. They highlight the profound connection and devotion you have towards Gurudev. How would you describe your journey of faith and devotion? My journey of faith and devotion has been deeply enriching and transformative. It is an ongoing process of trust and surrender. There have been moments of doubt, but Gurudev's presence always guides me back to faith. His teachings, his subtle guidance, and the community of like minded individuals have all been integral to my spiritual growth. This path has taught me to see the divine in everyday life and to trust in the unseen support and grace that Gurudev provides. Your journey is inspiring, Patti. Thank you for sharing these beautiful experiences with us. Is there anything else you would like to share about your journey with Gurudev? Thank you. I would just like to say that walking this spiritual path with an enlightened master like Gurudev is a blessing beyond words. The experiences, the growth, and the deep sense of peace and joy are invaluable for anyone on this path or considering it. I can only say that the journey is worth it. Trust, surrender, and stay open to the miracles that unfold. Thank you, Patti. Your insights and stories are truly enlightening. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you. It's been wonderful sharing my journey with you, Jai Gurudev.